Hey everyone, let's welcome our second Masters press conference. We are joined today by Bryson DeChambeau, the captain of Crushers GC, Joaquin Niemann, the captain of Torquay GC, and Brooks Koepka, the captain of Smash GC. Welcome, guys. We are returning to the famed Blue Monster this week. We're going to start with that, talking about how it requires precision, power, and patience from all of you. How much of an advantage do long hitters have at the Blue Monster, Bryson?
Well, 18 to start off is a hole. If you can fly at 305, 310, I mean, you've got a huge advantage relative to the fairway. So, yeah, I'd say it's pretty big. The Blue Monster, you just got to have pretty much every part of your game working well. It's not only just driving. Like, you got to iron play it well. It can get windy out here. There's water all around the greens on the par threes. So you got to be a good ball striker around here to play well. It's a good test going into the Masters.
And Brooks, to follow up on that, how do you feel that this course helps you prepare heading into Augusta next week?
Yeah, your ball striking is just like Bryson said. It's just got to be on point. You got to hit fairways. It's important out here because if you're in the rough, you can't control your golf ball. So you got to hit it long, hit a lot of fairways, and then you've got a lot of long irons into the greens. So yeah, it's a tough golf course, especially if the wind blows.
And Joaquin, when you step onto that 18th tee box and looking at the water and looking at that hole,
right. I'm at the palm trees.
How does it make you feel knowing that you've got to perform on that hole to close out your round?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's gonna be playing into the wind, I think. So, yeah, it's gonna be a massive carry going over the water. Maybe Bryson can get it over. He's depending on the spin of his ball, maybe. Right. Yeah, and. Yeah, but it's a tough hole. I mean, you got to hit that tee shot, you got to hit the fairway, and then you still got to hit a 200-second shot into the green. So, yeah, you can fake it around on this course, and I think it's going to be a good challenge for us.
So we have all three of you here today. You guys are all three chasing your very first green jacket. You guys are all in excellent form. Joaquin, I'm going to start with you. You have a 50% win rate on LIV so far this year. Does that type of momentum give you confidence heading into next week to try to win your first green jacket?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously I've been playing great to start the year. You know, I haven't been on the position that this guy's been of already winning majors. It's something that I obviously looking forward to it and dream of. So yeah, I mean, my game is feeling great. I know if I can keep my head on the right spot, I can have a good week. So yeah, I mean, it's more of a matter of, you know, doing the preparation that I feel like I already done it. So it's just a matter of go there, play golf, and you know, see what happens until the end of the week.
Bryson, Brooks, you guys both had near wins. Last year you finished T6. The year prior you finished T2. What lessons did you guys take from those close calls that you can carry into next week? I'll start with you, Brooks.
I mean, there's a lot to learn. Every time you go play Augusta, I feel like your knowledge just gets a little bit better about the place. And yeah, I mean, I learned a lot. I'm not going to share everything. Can't give away all the secrets, but look, I've got a good idea how to play that place. I finished second twice in 19 and then 2 years ago. So I feel like I've got a good understanding of the golf course, how to play it for certain pins, different wind directions, things like that. So just got to go out and execute. It's point blank. You got to play good first off, and then give yourself a chance with 9 holes to go.
Bryson, what did you learn last year that you can take into this year?
Yeah, I think it's a big patience game out there. The wind's going to swirl. You're going to be throwing some weird obstacles and some interesting putts. So it's really about playing a strategic game out there and getting yourself into position to make birdies and getting yourself a chance to win come that last 9 holes of the tournament. So it's a big patience game for me.
Excellent. Start with Evan.
Question for all three of you. You're all a couple of LIV seasons into your career now. I'm just wondering how the preparation for the majors, particularly the Masters, has, you know, you've had to be dynamic the last 2.5 years?
What was the last part?
So, like, how dynamic you've had to adapt, you know, with the LIV schedule versus the tour schedule. How has that changed your preparation for the majors the past?
My prep's still the same. Doesn't matter what I do. My prep started a month ago, and it's the same. Nobody's changing their prep. I mean, we still got a lot of time to practice, and everybody does the same thing.
I think what I meant more is like maybe just the 5 versus 8. Usually, you know, top players would play around 8 PGA Tour events leading into the Masters. Is that make it any different at all, or no?
Still play a lot when we're at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that everybody has their own prep work that they do. for me personally, I like having time off, getting ready for these events, focusing on them, and getting my game in a good place, getting a strategy and game plan set up. So if anything, I think it's been a tremendous help for me personally, giving myself a little bit more time to get ready for these events, and it's honestly been a blessing for me.
Yeah, it's the same. I feel like we also with LIV, I mean, we're all working together and kind of getting a good schedule for the majors, and I feel like it fits really, really good for where we wanted. And for me, especially having weeks at home, working with my team, and trying to kind of pushing harder during the time off that I'm at my house, is where I feel like I can get the most confidence out of my game. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a nice balance of prepping at home and then playing courses like Singapore, like this week. They really prove that you gotta have the ball striking and your best game out there. So yeah.
Just to follow that up, maybe Bryson, you could talk to this. One of the consensus on the league is that one of the benefits of LIV is that because it's only 3 rounds, you really have to jump out of the gates here versus other traditional leagues. Does that help you with the majors, that you really are more intense from the first shot?
I think that's a great point you bring up, is that every shot matters more and out here at LIV, because if you make a double or triple, you're so far behind the 8 ball that it's tough to get back. Very rarely have we had players make a triple or double and come back and win, if any. And I think that's the point, is that getting off that jump start, that fast start, allowing us to be in that mindset of attack is kind of helped us in certain scenarios. And obviously when you've got like a U.S. Open or a British Open where there just is extreme patience required, it's a little bit of a change, but for the most part, gunning after it, it's definitely helped, I think, all 3 of us up here.
Okay, Mark?
For Bryson and Brooks, league's going into its 4th year. When you look at the ratings and the interest globally and in the U.S. and in terms of sponsorships, where do you think it's at? Is it just keep the head down and keep charging, or where do changes need to be made?
I'd say that's a Scott question. Scott O'Neill will take a stab at that. We don't know everything that's going on, but from what we've heard, there's a lot of positive growth and positive momentum from a sponsorship side. I'd say from golf course side, we're playing golf courses that are somewhat easier right now, and I think it's getting more difficult as the season goes on. I hope we can continue to play some more difficult golf courses, but as our 4th year, look, I mean, it's a startup, right? It's still 4 years in, and we're working towards what we've always believed in this league is team golf, and we're still individuals playing stroke play events, but there's a team component, which is really cool. It's another business vertical. It's another opportunity for us, and I personally like it. I'm happy with kind of where it's at. I think there's always going to be improvements, just like any business, just like anything, whatever side you're on. But there definitely needs to be some continued thought around what LIV Golf is doing for the global game of golf.
Any comment? Good.
Yeah, I can answer it. I mean, I think we all hoped it would have been a little bit further along. I mean, that's no secret. No matter where you're at, you always hope everything's further along. But they're making progress, and it seems to be going in the right direction.
Guys, for all 3, it's a different atmosphere, but then you throw in Miami. I'm just curious, is there stuff you've seen on this course? I know it could get a little crazy, just your stories. And what's the craziest thing you've seen as you're maybe walking down a fairway, or you're getting ready to hit a shot, or here specifically in Miami?
Well, Brooks handed me a drink on 9 a year ago or something.
I did. I don't know. I mean, look, Miami's fun. We've always had good fans, even when we've been out here 10 years ago on the tour. We were here. It was always a good fan base, but I mean, I wouldn't say it's the wildest, craziest fan base that you're going to get. I mean, you look at Adelaide, those guys are crazy.
They're crazy.
Waste management can get kind of crazy. It's fun though. I mean, I enjoy it. A little bit of chaos is always fun.
Over there?
Hi, Maddie McClure with golf.com. First major of the year, and then major season kind of rolls in. How do you guys prepare your games to peak at the right time for those events? And then what
that's probably something that everybody tries to figure it out. I think if someone figures that out, I mean, it's probably Brooks. I mean, he always plays good on major season. So, I mean, I feel like if there's anything that we can learn from someone, I mean, it might be Brooks. I still haven't had any pretty good results on majors. I'm still trying to figure it out, try to do some new stuff, try to work harder, and and try to just become a better golfer, and try to handle those situations better. So I feel like I've improved a lot. I still gotta test myself on those stages. So yeah, I mean, I'll still figuring it out.
I mean, I'd say mine starts probably like a month ago. Typically a slow starter when it comes to playing actually good tournament golf, but everything seems to be piecing together nicely. I like where I'm at right now. Just focused a lot on ball strike and everything inside of maybe 200 yards. That's kind of what I tend to focus on quite a bit, and just touch around the greens because you're going to need that at Augusta.
Yeah, I mean, my prep starts the first tournament of the year for me, whatever that is. I kind of see where my game is at and kind of go off of that and iterate off of it. I really start to heighten my focus probably 2-3 weeks before the start of the major season, and I get prepped in that kind of capacity. Whatever's struggling, whatever's falling short, I go after it.
Okay, Bob.
going into it this year?
I mean, I still do the same prep work. It's still the same thing I've done my entire career. I feel like overall as my major career over the last, 10 years has been pretty solid. Like last year, I don't think I played very good just all throughout. The whole year wasn't quite as consistent as I wanted. And I think, right, the bigger the event, the more pressure the cracks kind of show. And it just wasn't my year. But trying to fix that. I feel like it's in a lot better. My game's in a lot better shape right now, and we'll see where it's at. Obviously, in next week.
Did the Masters result come as a surprise, though? I mean, you were, I think, trending okay going in there. Felt good about your swing and your game and everything, and then just something happened.
Yeah, I just always last year felt like there was always a 4 or 5 hole stretch that really just threw me out of the golf tournament. I don't know whether that was focus or just, but there was, I think maybe the middle of the round at Augusta. I think the first day kind of threw me out, but it wasn't anything. The PGA, I think I had during the third round or something like that, third round, it was 6 holes kind of from 10 to 15. Other than that, I would have been right there. But yeah, I just couldn't piece together 18 holes last year of solid golf, and that was kind of my issue.
Okay. Matt, did you have one? Yep. Either one, Matt or Alex. I'll get to both of you.
So Bryson, prior to last year, your results at the Masters weren't great, and then last year you were in the lead for the start of the tournament, finished T6, your best start ever. Do you think you figured something out last year that you can now use going forward to be a major contender to win the Masters again?
I think every year that you go to Augusta and the Masters, you're learning more and more, and that place is a special place that requires a lot of patience because you're not going to get it all the time. Your first time around, and second, third, fourth, it takes time to understand the nuances of that place, and it's a very tricky, intricate place, and that's why I think it's just an accumulation of a lot of factors coming into play. And I had a driver that's worked pretty dang well now, and I used it for quite a bit. That's been a tremendous asset, and I think over the course of time, it's just going to be one of those games of learning little bits here and there to get small places just a little bit better every single time. So there's not really one thing that I could lock down and nail it down to be, but it's just being a little smarter on the golf course and thinking through it a little clearer.
Okay. Alex?
for all three of you, I guess. Phil was in here earlier, and he talked about needing to learn how to play 15, and that actually made the difference between him not winning the tournament and winning the tournament. Are there any holes that you foresee that you feel like you still need to figure out to maybe get you over the hump to win the tournament?
I mean, it just matters whether you're playing well or not. I mean, all 18 are pretty difficult if you don't put it in the right spot. I mean, you can put yourself, you can hit the green and be in the wrong spot, and it just is what it is. You know, I'd probably like to have 12 tee shot back in 19, but then again, I was 3 or 4 back standing on that tee. So I would say if there's any hole, it'd probably be that one.
I mean, I feel like same. I mean, all 18 holes really matters at that stage. But I feel like there's some tricky shots there, especially with the wind so lean on 11, 12. You hit a good teacher on 13, you can really take advantage of it. You know, 15 as well. If you hit a second shot, you're putting for eagle. You know, it's a really tough shot. You're hitting downhill into the green, pretty firm green. So it's a tough course, and probably for Phil it's gonna be easier to say where he has struggled or not, because he has a lot of history there. You know, a lot of years playing there. For me, it's only 4 or 5 years. So yeah, I mean, there's still learning, and I feel like all 18 for me is a big challenge.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few holes out there that are difficult, but like I said earlier, it's just about learning a little bit more each time you hit certain shots and experience a different wind off a different lie. I mean, it's tricky out there. You've got to really focus on where you're placing that ball strategically out there on the golf course. It's a brilliant design that plays differently almost every single time you go out there.
Okay, I think there's one more over here. Oh, IP.
Bryson, there's obviously there's pressure with all the majors. It comes with the territory, obviously. And then you have the 36-hole lead last year. Did you feel like there was an extra element in that when you're carrying the LIV flag? What was it? Because you don't see those guys every week like you used to, obviously. Did you feel like that added a little bit more to it last year?
To be honest, last year I was just having fun. I was so grateful to be there and playing well and competing and being up atop that leaderboard. You're always going to feel nerves no matter what tournament you're in, and especially in majors, you're going to feel that heightened sense of pressure. So yeah, was I feeling pressure? Yeah. Was I doing it for all of LIV? Sure, you can say that. For me, I'm still out there just trying to win a golf tournament, and if that does great for LIV, then that's awesome. I love that. I think it's great, but for me, you're still just out there trying to win a golf tournament, and whatever comes from that is awesome. But no, I was honestly just super happy about what was going on last year. It was fun.
Okay, great. Any others? Mike?
Just curious, do you think we'll ever see a true Grand Slam? We've never had one in 1 year. You think we'll ever see one, Bryson?
I guess I've seen crazier things in life, so you never know. I mean, the Grand Slam's pretty crazy in this era, but there has been wilder things that have gone on, and you just never know. Would it be cool to see? Yeah, I'd love to see somebody do it. It'd be fun. Hopefully it's me. If it's someone out here at LIV, great. I think it's good for the game if that happens at some point.
Brooks.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible. You got to have a lot of things go your way. It's very difficult. I mean, I think it'd be very cool to see somebody do it.
Did you ever feel like going into a major season that, obviously you've got 2 at one point, but
that was a pretty good year with 2. I mean, I can imagine what all 4 would feel like. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, I forget what year it was. Even finishing top, 4 in all of them was still pretty impressive. But I mean, winning's hard in general. So to be able to do that at the 4 biggest stages we've got in golf is quite impressive.
Okay, last one over here, guys.
Hi, this one's for you, Brooks. So I know that you feel like and maybe the room, public perception here is maybe last season wasn't your best statistically, but it feels like because of full swing and other things, my generation is more interested in you and in golf in general than ever before. So is it a little weird for you now knowing that people outside of golf even connect with you more than ever, but maybe you're not performing the way you'd like to?
No, I don't think. Look, I mean, I've enjoyed. I think, look, my life's changed a lot the last 4 years. I think, obviously, having a son changes too. My perspective on life, not just golf. Maybe golf was kind of everything for me, but you know, having crew, it definitely changes my perspective. It's definitely softened me quite a bit, and I mean, I'm enjoying this new. I guess not. I don't want to say like new me, but it's just a softer side, and it's really fun.
All right, guys. Good luck this week at LIV Golf Miami, and good luck next week
you.
securing your first green jacket. Thank you.